But first, let me forget the intellectual stuff right now, which I love, and I got to get down to some personal business, which you'll probably find out about after we leave here. I was standing back in the back, waiting to come on when you had your sponsors out here. So when they came by, they passed me, and I did say something to them, and I know they're going to tell you. See, I thank the white dude from Walmart for my cousin. This past Christmas, they had prices so low, he didn't have to shoplift. Now, I know they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
The brother that passed by from Exxon Mobil. Now, a lot of people don't know. They had gift packages for us, you know? And they had an Exxon Mobil credit card for gas.
Right.
I gave him mine back. Because I said every time I go to Exxon and buy gas, I love water. A gallon of water costs more than a gallon of gas. Can you give me a water card? Yeah. And I'll be honest, the black brother from Wells Fargo, head of the mortgages, I pulled him over and said, I need to talk to you. He said, Brother Greg, you need a mortgage. I said, no, they took my house when times was good. I need no mortgage. So here's what I asked him.
Yes, sir.
I asked for a loan and a cosigner to open up a black business. I want to open up a black airline named Tamika Air. And my motto will be, we leave late, but we get you there on time. Major white airlines will be the only one can say, we guarantee we won't lose your luggage because you can't bring none with you. And we're going to be a good Christian airline. We ain't selling no alcohol on the plane. You bring your own, we just sell the setup. That's it. So I just wanted. That's all. Now to my mayor, Mr. Mayor. I just want you to know how bad things are. When you said Chocolate City, I had just walked in the hotel room. I was in Europe and turned on the news, and I heard you say Chocolate City. I thought you was talking about Hershey, Pennsylvania. And then I heard all the white folk complaining about you call this town Hershey, Pennsylvania. Look, all my life, they've called this town Sin City, and nobody cares. Hear me? Nobody cares. Nobody.
Tell it, Brother Gregory.
Sin means evil, deceitful, nasty, ungodly, unspirited. When you said chocolate means love, kindness, tastes good, is good. So do color matter? Let me tell you something. I had a dream last night. Now, I'm 75 years old. I dreamed I saw God. Now, being 75, I said, excuse me, Mr. God. Can I have a word with you? He said, yes, my son. I said, you know, they just had a Polish pope. Will we ever get a black pope? He said, yes, my son, but not while I'm gone. So, brother, don't have no problem, son. And finally, let me say this. Thank you. Thank this movement. I'm not talking about the ones we know about. I'm talking about the ones we don't know about. Thank God there is a God that knows all the names. And because of this movement, I didn't come up in a civil rights family. Nobody teach me that. I thought everything was okay. I didn't get it at home. And when I heard it at home, I heard it from some ignorant part of you, is these redneck, uneducated, pot-belly crackers that create the problem. And at 9 years old, I say, since when that type of white boy determined public policy? My problems with the president of Harvard and Yale and MIT and the major corporations until we leave this little daddy boy alone. We will never deal with it. And so again, I say, where I am from this movement, it gave me a turtle philosophy after looking at that black woman I'm married to and being part of this movement. I am the turtle, hard on the outside, soft on the inside, and willing to stick your neck out. That's what it's about. Huh? That's what it's about. Huh? That's what it's about. And all of us in this movement, I'll come up as a black man thinking hard on the inside, hard on the outside, but I wasn't hard on nobody but black folks. And looking at my wife deal with 10 black children with softness, then I became soft, the inside. And finally, let me just say this. I'm tired of people talking about this election from the standpoint of fear. Fear and God do not occupy the same space. Huh?
That's right.
Listen. I don't want nobody to tell me and tell my grandchildren to go to the polls and vote against something. That's ungodly. With the beauty of this country and all the things we got to vote for, you don't have to tell me about Bush. When I see him on TV, I say to my grandchildren, if he was alive, he'd be a sick man. But my mama was so busy teaching me about the devil, I'm a grown man before I found out the beauty of God. Huh? I don't need to talk about the filth. The filth speaks for itself. For itself. And I say thanks to the two most powerful folks in the history of America, the black woman and the black church. That's, huh? Huh? And I never knew how smart that black woman was. Till I look at my wife, Lily, and that didn't make it. It was when Kobe Bryant got in that mess. You remember? They accused Kobe Bryant of raping a white woman, and he went home and bought his wife a $4 million diamond ring. Let me tell you something. If a white woman accused me of raping her, and I go and give my wife a $4 million diamond ring, she'll go get 2 more white women. She got enough sense to know wherever that ring came from, there's a matching necklace and bracelet. Oh.
Dick,
Now, let me say this. All we said here, what needs to be said, we think an illegitimate child is a child that don't know where their daddy is. America is an illegitimate child because she has no mother. And this is what the problem is. If I work in a coal mine, in a steel mill, and I come here today and put on a suit but don't take a bath, you got stink sitting up here with you. And what has happened to America, we ain't never cleaned up the filth over 400 years. We just put a new suit on and a new dress on and then wonder who's stinking. It's you the one that's stinking. That's what this is. And until we clean this out, until we clean it up, my mama used to grab me and wash my face. America ain't got no mama that's washing her face. She'd pick my nose when it need to be opened up. She'd look in my ears. All we do is we went from this filth we was in to putting on some new clothes, and nobody has said, hey, somewhere we got to apologize. First, to black women. White women's okay, but that black woman went through racist white system and sexist black me. And we ain't never said what you've been through. And in spite of that, look at that black woman. Look at Kathy Hughes. She didn't have the privilege of a ladies' movement when she's putting that empire together. Look at Dorothy Height, huh? Look at all these women that have come through, the late Dolores Tucker. Look at what's going on now with Ife Williams talking about Sojourner Truth, and we will have that statue in the White House. Our women, if you think this sister just a politician, what she had to go through to get there, cause she was a woman. And we have never slowed up and said, thank you, ladies, thank you, thank you, thank you. And until we do that, until we're able to do that, I look at Dr. Condoleezza Rice, hear me, and we tolerate it. She has more PhDs than the president's whole cabinet. Hear me. And you hear me too, black folks. They call her Condi, but they never call Madeleine Albright's Maddie, never call Janet Reno Janny. Huh? Okay? That's all right. They call Henry Kissinger Dr. Henry Kissinger. And let me tell you, she don't see nothing wrong with it. Let me tell you something. They got a soda pop in America. Blacker than her, they call Dr. Pepper. Huh? Huh? Dr. Pepper. Huh? Ladies. Huh? And if you go to the store today when you leave here and don't ask for it by its full title, say, give me a pepper, they'll give you a chili pepper. I wish Bill Clinton was here, so I would apologize to him for you black folks. Now, I mean that. See, you black folks tricked him. You went in that big old black pot and said, here, white boy, you black. Huh? And then you went back in that black pot and said, here, Obama, you ain't black enough. What kind of fool is you? Huh? What kind of fool is you? Huh? You, the Ku Klux Klan did not say Obama too white. You did. And so if Bill was here, I said, Bill, I'm going to apologize to you. Because black folks not only told you, but tricked you. See, I have a son, a chiropractor now, Christian. He's 8 years old. He came to me crying. He said, Dad, my brothers and sisters is laughing at me. I said, why? He said, well, I built me one of these castles, and I make like it's my house. And do you see anything wrong with that? I said, well, how old are you, boy? He said, 8 years old. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with that until you start using it as your address. So I tell Bill Clinton, ain't nothing wrong with being black as long as you're playing. But when you try to use it as your address, when you try to use it as your address, then I got some serious questions. Have you and your wife and your daughter ever been standing on a street corner in New York and a cab passed you by because you the black president? Huh? Huh? Have you ever had Chelsea pulled over by the white police because her daddy's the black president? Mr. President, do you know what it feels like to be a black person, to be a Congress lady, huh? To be a lieutenant governor with 12 doctor's degree and driving down the street and hear the police siren and you start squeezing that steering wheel tight and they pass by you and you thank God, damn thanking God, you didn't do nothing in the first place, huh? Do you know what it is? Then you can be black, huh? Then you black, huh? Then you black. And until then, huh? Until then,
Tell it.
huh?
Tell it, Brother Gregory.
That's what this is
That's
about.
what we're talking about.
That's what this is about.